Hi, everyone. My name is Matt Wagoner. I am the art director at Destination by Design. I'm going to share a little bit of behind the scenes about the Northville Parks and Rec identity. I start to take over on a project when we come to the visual identity portion of the branding process. So before you come to me, you'll have understood who you are as an organization or as a community, and for Northville Parks and Rec, that was centered around this idea that Northville is kind of a community within a park. Everything is kind of connected within the parks. And so, a way for us to visualize this connection with the community is through the actual logo mark, the Northville Inn that you can see here. The challenge from the team in Northville and for ourselves as a kind of creative team approach was that we wanted to kind of stand out. We want it to be bold. We want there to be a kind of a fresh perspective or a fresh approach to a Parks and Rec organization. And additionally, we really wanted to show that, hey, how can we actually think about this in the simplest form? How can we think about how there can be this connection or community connected within a park? And you can kind of see that through this traveling path idea, through this custom logo mark or the N, right? So I think it is a authentic representation of the brand, a community within a park, and it really does portray this traveling path connecting all of Northville. So carrying that through the whole brand identity, you can see that the logo type is very uniform in its approach. There is quite a bit of custom detailing done to the logo type to really reinforce that it is part of this Northville Inn. And one of the brand attributes that we were trying to portray in this brand is best in class. So this is certainly coming through, I think, in the attention to detail. We really want to, at every little detail, kind of address and touch those key points. Really, just like Northville Parks and Rec does for all of their parks and programming and all of the things that they actually are working on implementing. And this is the primary colorway for Northville Parks and Rec. We really wanted to focus on, just as we did with the actual logo mark, focus on being kind of bold in our approach with color. And so you can see that we've achieved that here through this color palette. Now we're starting to show exploration of the brand. How can we implement the brand? What are the additional elements or opportunities to explore how we'll utilize this brand? So many times we say in the process, you want to think about your logo as a smaller part of the full brand identity or the full story you're telling. It really is the signature on this picture that you're painting or portraying, right? So we're showing a photo of one of the parks with the logo on top, and then also reemphasizing this bold orange that we've chosen. Another way to kind of showcase the in is to really, through contrast, to show that you can have this on a white background with the orange in, and really actually use it as a framing element for photography. One of the things we try to achieve in all of our brand systems is being able to have repetition of pattern or shape. And so the in really forms a great kind of path moving throughout Northville in many different ways. And this pattern can really break up a solid space. It really gives you some good contrast and opportunity to utilize or deploy pattern in a brand system. Another way we like to really reemphasize the brand identity and the visual identity is through repetition of shape. And you can see how, again, this in can provide an opportunity to be a framing element for photography. Additionally, you can break elements out of this in shape as needed. We really like to help you visualize what is your brand going to look like in the wild? What is it going to look like when you deploy this or implement this and really start rolling out your brand identity for merchandise, for signage, for all of these different things that you need to actually put your logo or brand on, right? Staff clothing, staff items. We always like to do mock-ups for letterhead, business card, all those kind of official uses that you need. We really want to eliminate the guesswork and really show you how there are a lot of opportunities to kind of implement your new brand identity. Well, that is all I have for now. Thanks so much for letting me share about the Northville Parks and Rec brand identity, and I hope you have a great rest of your conference. Thanks, everyone.